All right, I am back to do a review. It's been a while since I did a review. I did not do a Dynamite review. I watched it, and then Raw, I did not watch, but I saw what happened. But I watched Smackdown, and I thought Smackdown was actually a pretty decent show last night. There was some good to it. Oh. So yeah. Okay, so everything's working. So SmackDown opened up with Nick Aldis. I like this segment. This is probably one of Chelsea Green's best segments. Nick Aldis came into the ring to inform that Chelsea Green suffered a broken orbital bone last week, and Aldis said after talking to the medical leave, he reached a decision about the status. Then he called out Chelsea Green. She had bruising on the eye, the right side of her face. Green's injury was suffered in a tag team match with Tiffany and against Fatal Influence last week. Aldis said that it's not easy to say this because he knows how hard she has worked and how much that moment at SummerSlam meant to her. Aldis said he can't let her compete with a broken eye socket. Green told him to say it. Green said it's healing and she'll do whatever it takes. Aldis said he hates this part of his job, but it's his job. And Aldis said he's sorry, but he needs Green to relinquish the WWE Women's Championship. The fans booed and shouted no. So, just a side note, Chelsea Green's character was a heel all throughout, for like the longest time, and she was still technically a heel, winning the championship. But Chelsea Green was a complete babyface. She got a babyface reaction from the crowd. The crowd loved her. Like it's probably one of her biggest pops I've heard. Well, when she won the title, she got a pop too. So yeah, so she's over with the crowd, which is good. Green said she knew it was too good to be true. Green said she was just waiting for the other shoe to drop, and Green claimed that whenever something good happens to her in this business, it's followed by something devastating. That's just as green. That's just Green as comedy relief and a perfect opportunity for the other girls. Never the champion and never the quarterback. The fans chanted, "You deserve it." Chelsea told Nick he knows what she's sacrificed to be here since she missed weddings, funerals, she had pie thrown in her face. She's been put into dumpsters. That she's been through a lot of bad booking. Nick Aldis should have just said, "Oh yeah, we know you've been through a lot of bad booking," and he should have said Michael Hayes doesn't believe in you. And now here we are. The claim said she made it. Green said that Aldis should know it because, especially after SummerSlam, Aldis said that that's not the same thing. Green said that the whole world applauded Nick with his wife and son in the ring. Green said what matters is that they think about themselves, not what they think about them in the back. Green said that Aldis was a champion and his wife was a champion. Green told Aldis that until somebody takes it off of her, this title is hers. The fans chanted yes as Green looked at the title. Green said she thought Nick, of all people, would understand that. Green handed Aldis the title. Aldis told Green to wait as she left in the aisle. Aldis said that as Nick Aldis, the GM, He's doing the right thing, but as Nick Aldis the man, he doesn't give a damn what medical says. Aldis told Green she'll have 30 days to get cleared, get a face mask, and do whatever she can to defend this championship. Aldis said, until somebody takes this from her, this is hers. And the fans cheered as Green held up the title. This was an awesome segment. I enjoyed the segment very much. And then Gunther interrupted. Gunther's music hits. He's in the ring. I was like, oh boy. I was like, oh, what's Gunther doing out here? Is he going to challenge Chelsea Green for the women's title? Or is he going to injure her more? Gunther had a good segment here too. Gunther told Aldis that he answered to Gunther now. Gunther wondered why Aldis put that stunt on him at SummerSlam. Aldis told Gunther that they can talk about it in the office like men because right now he's talking to the Women's Championship. Gunther mocked Green for her title win by climbing a ladder and winning a title. Gunther said he pulled double duty at SummerSlam while reminding us that he made a man tap out in front of his family, referring to Aldis. Aldis informed Gunther that he added Gunther to the match with Owens because they negotiated Kevin's return for months. Aldis said, sorry Gunther couldn't get the job done. Green laughed about it. Gunther told Green to shut up. Green told Gunther to stroke that tiny male ego that he is. And then Green pointed out that she is the only champion in the ring. And then Matt Cardona ran out to defend his wife, Chelsea Green. Cardona got in Gunther's face, saying he had no problem with him, but he will if he keeps disrespecting Matt's wife. Gunther laughed at Cardona, saying he came from catering. Gunther said there's nothing Cardona can do to him. Green left the ring. Gunther said he's like a dog listening to its owner. Cardona went after Gunther with punches and kicks, so Gunther bailed to the floor. Gunther told Aldis to do something about it. And then it was Matt Cardona with Chelsea Green versus Gunther. This match went 4 minutes with Gunther getting the win. So I guess Cardona couldn't save his wife. Matt hit a Rough Rider leaping dropkick for a 2 count. Great near fall. Gunther hit 2 powerbombs in a row. Gunther applied a Boston Crab, and Matt tapped out to give Gunther the win. So he could not get the job done. And then after this, the Irresistible Forces duo of Nia Jax and Lash Legend arrived. Jax said it sounds like Green has a ticking clock. And Jax said, I thought Jax was actually going to attack Green and finish her off. Jax said if you don't give Jax what she wants, Jax has a history of breaking faces around here. Tiffany Stratton ran out for the save, but Jax and Lash beat her up. Lash hit a forearm to Stratton's face. Jax hit a leg drop on Stratton. The referees got Jax and Legend to leave. This is a way to weekend Tiffany Stratton ahead of a match later in the show. And then Charlotte Flair hugged Alexa Bliss, with Flair thanking Bliss for helping her last week. Bliss credited Tatum Paxley. Bliss showed Paxley surprise for them. Tatum Paxley was in a small room with candles and a collage of photos of Flair. Paxley was holding a candle and asked what they thought. Flair nervously said it's great as the door closed. Now, on a note, I actually thought Tatum Paxley actually looks like Lyra Valkyria. Cody Rhodes arrived. Cody told Nick he wanted a match with Orton, but Nick said he hasn't seen Orton. Aldis suggests that Sunday nights Main event for Cody against Randy Orton. Oh, it's going to be on Sunday again. So Cody said whenever it's fine. Sami Zayn approached Cody and Zayn. And when Cody wants something, Nick gives him whatever he wants because he's the precious golden boy. Zayn complained about how he had to wrestle in a four-way match to get a WWE title rematch. But Cody just has to say when Cody fired back, saying that when he used to let Zayn talk, but now he doesn't have to listen to him talk. And Cody said if you want something done about it, let's do something about it. Zayn reminded Cody he had beaten him clean as a whistle the last time they were in a match. Cody challenged Zayn to a match tonight. Zayn had a brace on his left wrist and hand. Zayn didn't want a match. Aldis said if Zayn beats Cody tonight, then he gets the winner of Punk and Owens. And Aldis said he's giving Zayn the opportunity to make a choice and to let Aldis know. So that was another good segment. This next segment was not that great. It was Baron Corbin versus Kamala Hayes for the U.S. title. Baron Corbin won in about a 10-minute match. Kamala Hayes got lots of offense and nearly getting the win, but Corbin was able to stop that top rope attack and finish off Mello. Mello is so much fun to watch. And then Trick Williams made his entrance and hit Corbin in the back with a trick shot. Kendo stick. Corbin went after Yachty, so Trick went into the ring. Trick hit his trick shot, leaping knee smash to knock Corbin out of the ring. So it's probably going to be a Corbin and Trick rematch soon. And Baron Corbin still has Trick Williams custom fur title, U.S. title. Green thanked Stratton for coming out there to help her. Stratton claimed she was fine and still competing. Green after she was sure that, and Stratton claimed she was. And now there was a CM Punk and Kevin Owens face to face. This segment was also good. Kevin Owens and CM Punk have a past history together back in Ring of Honor. They didn't mention Ring of Honor for obvious reasons, but they did mention that they were in a promotion back in the day. And Punk said 20 years ago you've been hanging on to this. Owens said it's pretty ironic that Punk wants Owens to say things to his face. Owens said that the camera caught Punk saying Owens called him a fat slob. Owens knows Punk has no problem saying things to his face. Owens talked about how the story began about 20 years ago. Owens called him Phil, saying they wrestled for the same independent promotion that would be Ring of Honor, and Punk was the top guy, but they didn't actually say Ring of Honor. While Owens was trying to make a name for himself, Owens claimed that Punk insulted him in the locker room in front of KO Spears. Punk said 20 years ago you've been hanging on to this. Owens said it's also what Punk has done over the last 20 years. Owens mentioned good friends of his. Punk said your friends hate him. Owens said that you might be thinking of 3 of them, and Punk said being hated by losers is why he's proud not to be one of them. And then Owens said there's a locker room full of people who look up to Punk, and they make everything okay. Owens said that everything Punk does is performative. And then Owens called Punk a phony. Owens told Punk he came in because he had no choice but to make everything right. Owens told Punk he screwed up everywhere else he went, AEW, and didn't respect people like Punk. Owens said regardless of what Punk thinks about him, Owens did well for himself. Punk said he was happy for Owens. Punk wondered if Owens would have gotten these opportunities if Punk was around. Owens said that Punk thinks Owens is a fat indie slob who's just a fan of the other side of the guardrail. Punk wondered if Owens thought that about himself. Punk said he's the undisputed WWE champion, and he's got a locker room full of guys that want to be champion. Punk said he's calling out Oba Femi, and he's got an adoption and Domitrossery instead. Punk said he looks at Owens and sees a lot of things. He legitimately sees a tough guy, and he'd be foolish to take Owens lightly. And then Punk mentioned if Owens was better, then he could have avoided the Bill Goldberg spear like when he had a major championship. Punk said that when he looks at Owens, he sees a guy like Punk 20 years ago, thinking he's the smartest guy in the business. Punk said he sees the guy that he saw 20 years ago. Punk's acting like Kevin Owens is like a rookie. Owens claimed that he regretted not punching Punk in the mouth 20 years ago. Punk told Owens not to do it now. Owens said that he didn't do it back then because Punk would have ruined his career and that would have been it. Owens said that next week in Toronto he doesn't get to punch Punk in the face, so he can wait 7 more days and beat Cody for the WWE title after Owens does it. And Punk said if you want to wait 7 days, that's fine. Punk said if you don't look up to him, that's fine. That's what he'll do next week in Toronto. Finn Balor was showing talking to Smackdown GM Aldis in the office. Balor said he would have liked to know about the 4-way match at SummerSlam. Aldis apologized, and Balor said that it was okay. Gunther walked in to complain about Gunther being put in the match earlier when he wasn't ready. Gunther insulted Balor, saying he sees a shadow of Balor. Finn called Gunther a condescending prick. Balor said he's ready to do whatever it takes to get another title shot. So next was Damian Priest and R-Truth versus War Raiders versus Tama Tonga and Tala Tonga with Haku, their father, the legendary Haku. And this match went 11 minutes with the MFTs, if that's what they're still called, are now the new tag team champions. After being buried for months and being an afterthought in Solo's group, they cut away from him, they get Haku, and now they're tag team champions. So, I would really like to have a story with them. And I didn't really want them getting the win since they lost a bunch of matches, but that's the way WWE books. But it was an okay match. Maybe they can play that into the storyline, but Haku helped them get gold. I mean, and then Solo could try joining their group, but they're better off. Next was the Women's U.S. Championship, Tiffany Stratton versus Jacy Jayne for the U.S. title. This match went 10 minutes. Jayne hit the rolling encore forearm on Stratton to get the win, and we have a new U.S. champion, Jacy Jayne. the title made sense based on Tiffany Stratton's rib injury, and Stratton also tried to help Chelsea Green deal with the women on the floor. I'm so happy for Jade as champion. So yeah, so their group has now Fatal Influence are now walking in gold. They are the tag team champions, and JC Jane's the U.S. champion. So good for them. Cody Rhodes made his entrance for the main event with about 8 minutes left. Sami Zayn made his entrance for the main event with only a few minutes left. But when Randy Orton showed up to attack Cody Rhodes with a forearm, there was no Cody and Sami match. And Orton sent Rhodes shoulder first into the ring post. Orton gave Cody a draping DDT off the ropes. Orton posed and the fans cheered him even though he's a heel. I think they're just sick of Cody. Orton set up for an RKO. Cody tried to Cody Rhodes, a crossroads, and Orton gouged Cody's eyes. They left the ring, so Orton hit with the steel steps to knock Cody into the ring. And then a brawl happened, and Orton shoved the security guy down and set Cody on the commentating table. There were WWE officials and referees at ringside. So yeah, this was a really good SmackDown. It's probably like one of the better SmackDowns of the year. It's probably the best SmackDown they've done all year. And the good was yeah, was the Chelsea Green segment. So that's my SmackDown review. Yeah, I'll do an AEW Dynamite review shortly, so stay tuned for that. And let me know what you thought about SmackDown. I'll be back.